Hey guys, it's Thomas here, and today I want to talk about a pretty interesting topic, which is sabbaticals. And what I wanted to do in this video is to share a few tips that I have learned when planning and going through my own sabbatical experience. And I really do hope that some of these will be helpful for at least some of you out there. Okay, so let's start. Okay, tip number one is to take your time and think and plan well ahead before the start of your sabbatical. And this may sound obvious, but this is actually one of the things that I have underestimated when going on my sabbatical. So really think about your plans at least a few months before the sabbatical actually starts, because flights might get expensive last minute. The things or the activities that you want to do might get booked out if they're popular, etc., etc. So a lot of things that can get in your way if you just start planning just a few weeks before your sabbatical starts. To consider what is the mode of your sabbatical. And what I mean by the mode is essentially, what do you want to do? What are the activities that you want to explore? Some people want to travel the world, some people are interested in exploring their existing hobbies, some people are interested in simply spending time with their family and kids back at home, and some people want to actually explore their side hustles or side projects which are work related. So this is really up to you, but my tip here would be, not to get distracted by other people, and not to have not to take in account any external considerations. Really, this time is for yourself. It doesn't come around that often. Usually for most people it's every couple of years. So just pay attention to what you want to do, what you want to explore and pursue, and use that as your navigation tool. Tip number three is to pace yourself. And again, this was a mistake that I have done, trying to cram as many activities and traveling and goals into my time off. But in hindsight, that was really counterproductive. So, my advice to you would be to really think about the few things that you want to explore or try or achieve during your time off, and take your good time in doing those. So if you want to go traveling to Asia, don't plan 2 weeks and 5 countries in those 2 weeks. If you want to learn Spanish, don't plan 10 days in Barcelona and that's it. So my advice to you, depending on the length of your sabbatical, will be to really pace yourself, so you don't have to rush, you don't feel stressed, and you get enough time to immerse yourself in that environment or that activity that you actually want to do. Budgeting wisely. So here again, this is about good preparation before the sabbatical. It might be not a problem for you, because you might get reimbursed, for example, for your time off from your company, etc. But in general, this is again one of the items to take off your concern list. So spend a little bit of time before the sabbatical, to plan out how much the activities or things that you want to do will cost. Make sure there's a decent buffer on top of that cost base, so you don't have to worry about financials or money during your time off. This is really a time that you should be spending on yourself. You should be spending to recharge, and not having to worry about where the money is going to come from, or whether you will be able to afford the things that you want to do. So take a bit of time before the sabbatical actually starts to really plan this out, and it can really help out a lot in taking some weight off your shoulders during your time off. Resist the temptation. And what I mean by this is to resist the temptation to engage with your actual work. And I know that for some people this may sound odd, but a lot of people actually find it quite difficult to get completely disconnected from the job that they're taking the sabbatical from. So I would really urge you not to check those emails or those Slack notifications I think the best way to do this is to really plug off from those channels and uninstall those apps your sabbatical. Because if you think about it, this is really a precious time, maybe a month, 3 months, 4 months, whatever the length of your sabbatical is, and it doesn't really come around that often, right? So it may you might have one chance to do this right, so to speak. So just resist that temptation to engage with your work. That being said, there's a misconception that sabbaticals should be always non-work related, or they should be just a leisure time. That is actually not the case, and me personally, I found my sabbatical time a great time to explore some of my projects that I wanted to do, that were not related to my core job, but that nevertheless qualify as work. So resist the temptation from your core job, but that doesn't mean that you shouldn't explore projects or ideas that you find exciting if that is something that you want to do on your sabbatical. Reflect on your journey by keeping a journal. I think this is a small tip, but I think it's a great practice. And sabbatical time is a great time to establish a journaling practice. And I think this is something that it's very easy to do. It might not take more than 5 minutes a day, but I think it's a great reflection tool, to help you internally reflect on what's working well, what's not working well, whether the goals that you set out to do in the beginning of your sabbatical are actually working out, whether they're fulfilling, whether there is something to change. And I would really urge you to set up a journaling practice during the your sabbatical time. Whatever works for you. It could be daily, could be weekly, could be even monthly, actually, doing like a longer reflection, or at the very least try to do a mid sabbatical reflection, so in the middle of the time that you have, try to really sit down with paper and pen and write down what has been working and what not, and if there's something that needs to change for the second part of your sabbatical in order to make the most of the time that you have for yourself. So that's it, guys. Those are my tips for a smooth sabbatical based on my personal experience. I really do hope you found them useful and helpful. And if so, please also check out my Mindful Sabbatical Planner, which is a small product, a collection of 30 plus prompts and questions, which help you to guide you through the planning, managing, executing, and reflecting on your sabbatical journey. You can find a link in the description. Hope that is helpful for you as well in figuring out what's the best sabbatical experience that you can have. Thank you very much for checking out this video, and I really, really, truly hope that your sabbatical is as great as it can possibly be. Thank you, and have a great day.